Yeah, it was screwed up from the beginning, and now it's only getting
Now it's
worse.
gonna
Man.
get worse.
Think about the people that scrape their $20,000 together just so they can have a shot at the lottery to be a grower, and they already had picked who they wanted.
Exactly.
They just took them people's money. All of those farmers, they just took their money, man.
Fucking crooks.
Yeah, they are crooks, man. Oh, oof. Alicia, we waiting for you. I think we. Oh, here, man. I'll put the music on.
Get this show started. Make it happen, Captain.
Show on the road.
I'm just a man on his way to the moon, wishing the rocket would go faster. All the stars remind me of you, yeah they do. I'm on my way to you. I'm just a man on his way to the moon, wishing the rocket would go faster. All the stars remind me of you, yeah they do. I'm on my way to you.
Who's playing the music?
Oh, that was me.
Oh,
Yeah, it's just really quiet.
Oh well, I can't.
Yep,
Excuse
you gotta arch your little.
Yeah.
Alicia got there first.
Alicia beat you to the punch.
Hold on, let's get a bigger table.
Just leave for a second. Just back out, Camille. I'll switch chairs, and then when you come back, you'll be in my seat.
Okay, hold on. Let me grab my whatever they're called.
But we do it at the same time, though. You know what I'm saying?
Oh shit! I
We
wonder.
sit down each other's laps.
Yeah, I'm saying. Like,
All right, let's go by your time.
Get seats.
Nope.
Nope.
Having fun playing musical chairs.
Hey, I cannot even get in because it says my Facebook account is not in
That
good
better?
standing.
Dave, you
I gotta
did
check some shit out.
I know, because I'm out of my guardian.
Okay, Camille, you're good. Yeah, Mike. So if you go to the Zoom link that's in the Zoom chat, it will bring you up on our monitor here, and we'll have you. I forgot the walls right there. We'll have
More
you
to
in the-
Facebook. Jody.
and then we'll
Facebook
figure out
user.
how to get you into the restream another time.
oh shit.
I have to log into Facebook because it says my account's not in good standing, so I can't even get
How
in.
you doing, man?
Jeez.
Moving around.
Oh,
Can you get in on the from the chat?
Yeah, I mean, I can get in from here, but I can't get into the workroom because it says that my account's not in good standing, which is weird. I gotta go check something out.
Yeah,
Twitch
we'll check
shares
it out.
it.
But yeah, just jump on the monitor if you want. Oh, we got musical chairs.
my Wi-Fi dropped, you guys.
Oh, I'll take that one. That one's easier.
Okay,
for-
so I'll just stay on here and just listen in.
Okay, sounds good.
You're fine.
Got a lot of
God
stuff
damn
going
it.
on. Sorry, you guys, we got a lot of stuff going on. Oh, good morning, we're live. Hey, yo, I don't know where Alicia went. Her chair. My name is
My
Michael Ford. Today is February the
Third.
Hold on a second. Sorry, you guys. I got to turn some stuff down. We got some echoes coming through. Turn this down. Turn this down. Yeah, we're all off today, you guys. It feels like a Monday morning. Dave's playing musical chairs still. Yeah, good morning. We're live. Welcome to the Canna-Joe Morning Show. Today is February the 3rd. 3P. I'm Michael Ford.
What up, guys? I'm Jenny.
Black, what's up?
Alicia, the producer.
Lisa, the producer.
Devin Dave. With the
Hey,
weather. I'm to work today. Oh, fuck. There we go.
We also have Michael Wilson in the studio. He'll be the mystery voice today, but we'll try to get him in the studio live one of these days, hopefully tomorrow for our Friday. He's going to have some dope information for us about, what is it about, Michael? What's it called?
Tribe XR, VR, and a bunch of other stuff.
Dope. So we'll get some more information about Tribe XR. I know that's the DJing app, isn't it? Where you can put the turntables in there?
Yeah, I just got Tribe. I haven't got
Oh.
a chance to get into it yet because you gotta have the controllers, and I'm afraid my right controller is so screwed up now. I can't even use it to get in because it's just constantly pulling the trigger. But I did. Oculus finally got some in, so I got one for $75 coming in the mail.
Dope. And
Ari the man. Thank you guys for joining us today on this beautiful show. I do have a question. Okay, no, well, yeah. Sure. It's one of them mornings. I'm really tired. Like it's weird. Like it's really tired. Like I feel like
It's the cold.
I just like
It's the cold. You just
think
want to
that's what
stay
it is?
curled up in bed.
All right, so yeah, we do got some dope ass content for you guys today. Although I think we have a discussion that we're going to talk about.
We
This
definitely
morning.
have a discussion as well. So
Yeah. Before we hop into that, I did want to give a shout out to my brother Huru. Appreciate you, bro. He turned, how old am I? 34. So he must be turning 38 today.
Oh, 38. You don't know your brother age? Hey, Vari, grab that chair over there so I don't have to stretch my neck to look over. So that I can sit back and see the whole crew. Bam! There we go. There we go.
Let's
Yeah.
wait.
We got an empty seat. If one of our guys will jump in. Anyway, happy birthday, Vari's brother, man. You didn't put a name on him, but
Hey,
Yeah, Huru. Yeah, my brother Huru.
okay. Happy birthday. Hey.
Happy birthday. Yo.
Birthday dance. However it's supposed to go. Everybody
All your
grooving in the
wishes come
metaverse.
true.
Good morning, Jody Cruz. Good morning, Facebook user. Thank you guys for tuning in this morning. I'm sure we got some other people joining us live as well. What do you got for us today, Vari? Something for the veterans.
Yeah, so we do got an update. We'll start here first. So first, we do got an update. We were talking about last week, the Mississippi House and the Senate, both unanimously, more or less, majority approved medical cannabis program in Mississippi. And they're waiting on confirmation from the governor to either sign, veto, or not do anything for the bill. And so the governor just recently signed the bill. So it is official. Mississippi now has legal medical marijuana.
Yo,
Another
that's
state
where
down.
it's at. Huge shout out to Mississippi.
Hope it's
Huge
better
shout
than
out to
ours.
Brother Jason, Sister Michelle down there in Mississippi. Y'all got medical. I know y'all don't really smoke, but they got medical cannabis down there.
Yeah, so it looks like it is going to be better than ours. They start out with flower from the jump, which is going to be dope for them. I think it's going to allow them to start
Is
out
it
fairly low.
5 ounces in a month?
Well, it was 5 ounces, and then they moved it down to 3 ounces per month.
Yeah,
So
that's still not too bad.
mhm.
I go through a ounce a
Old
month. So.
joints,
Yeah.
stogies.
So shout out to Mississippi. Congrats on one step in the right.
Are they gonna be able to grow their own?
No.
Oh,
They're not gonna
I'll
grow.
see.
Bet they're gonna get bought out.
Yeah.
Wah, wah, wah.
Wah, wah.
So the VA is seeking to normalize marijuana conversations with the veteran patients through new research website. The Portland branch of the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs is teaming up with Oregon University in a new website that aims to provide resources to make healthcare providers more comfortable discussing marijuana treatment with patients. While VA doctors are permitted to discuss cannabis with patients, many continue to feel reluctant to do so, given that marijuana remains strictly prohibited under federal law, and they're barred from issuing medical cannabis recommendations that other non-VA doctors can provide in legal states. To help assuage those
Well,
concerns.
I can add a little to that. A couple years ago, I was in a pain study with the VA for chronic pain, and I was telling them all the time that how well cannabis worked. It was great. And one doctor actually came and told me, he says, "You have to stop talking about marijuana." And I was like, "I'm not going to do that." He left the study because he was so uncomfortable just talking about it. So that's cool that they can actually talk about it now.
Doctor
Please
left the
continue.
study.
Yeah, he actually, because I wouldn't stop talking about marijuana. I'm like, dude, I'm not gonna say, this is works. So I'm not gonna stop talking about it. I'm gonna say every day what helps me. Marijuana helps me. Every day I would say what else. Every time I was in a Zoom, he's like, "Go stop talking about it." I'm like, "I'm not gonna." So he left, and somebody else took his place. But please
Yeah.
continue.
Talk about marijuana some more.
For you.
So like, did they? Was that he just left in the room like I'm done? Just
Oh,
walked.
there's like 3 doctors. I'm on a Zoom and there's 3 of them in there,
Oh.
and then he was just one of them that left, and then somebody else took his place. Yep. But that just shows you how strict the VA is. They can't even talk about it. They're afraid to talk about it because everything was being recorded. So
Var did the Zoom doorbell. Somebody else. Anyway, where we at, Vari?
So to help assuage those concerns, the Oregon Health and Science University's OHSU Center for Evidence-Based Policy and Portland VA launched an initiative last month called Systematically Testing the Evidence on Marijuana, or STEM. The website contains information about marijuana studies that have been published, others that are currently underway, and additional general clinician resources for physicians. Providers have not become familiar with the health effects of cannabis. Principal investigator Devin Canna-Joe, professor of medicine at OHSU. Yeah. Oh, there he goes. Yeah, no, it's weird.
Yeah, everybody like glitched out for a second there. Did that happen to you guys too?
no, we just saw you. You were meditating for a second.
Oh,
Yep.
meditating. Oh,
know
we're back. Yeah, I looked at everybody. Everybody was great. I'm like, what's going on here, man?
It was great.
That should be happening to me too.
Man, that's the first time it's happened to me during the show, but we're getting too popular, man. They finna shut us down. They know the conversation is coming after this article.
Yeah,
The powers that be, they.
So the STEM site could help providers feel more comfortable discussing cannabis and help normalize conversations similar to the process we have become so familiar with when talking to patients about alcohol use. And this is their official launch Twitter post.
What the hell is that supposed to be?
I think that's supposed to be like skin, maybe skin cells.
Well, what the hell does that have to do with cannabis? Guess they didn't want a marijuana leaf on there.
Maybe
I
that's
guess they
the
want us to
breakdown.
click on the image to find out exactly what that image.
Oh, smart.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's actually an
Down the
ad.
funnel we go. Hey,
Hey,
we ain't
Michael
clicking
made it.
nothing unless
Hey,
it's on the
Michael got
ad.
it figured out.
Oh, whoa.
Got a room.
Yeah,
What
we
up?
see the ceiling corner. Or,
There he
there
is.
we go.
Hey!
Hey, Michael Wilson in the
Welcome.
building.
What
Right
up?
on time.
Just gotta. He can't hear you.
We can hear him. He's in the Zoom, right?
Oh, I don't know. Is he?
Gotcha.
Wait. Yeah.
He's muted. You muted the screen
Yeah,
or
he's in
something?
the Zoom.
It's
for
okay if he's
audio,
in
right?
here because they can't hear him unless he's in the
Oh,
Zoom.
right.
The Zoom is what's picking up our audio. So
Yep,
sure we
he's
can
not
hear you,
muted in the
but-
Zoom. He's good.
good. Dope. Well, where were you at, Bart?
Oh, basically just saying that the new site doesn't take a specific stand on whether cannabis is good or bad. It's just integrated into or whether it should be integrated into the treatment, but it does highlight news reports on studies showing potential therapeutic applications. And it even featured a recent study indicating that cannabis compounds may be effective in preventing COVID infections.
Well, imagine that.
Did a story on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
They're finding that more and more finding that out. Yeah.
So the new
Doing my own
website.
private study on that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I've been on that all year.
Haven't had COVID yet.
Pretty sure I got it.
Maybe you have. You just didn't have any symptoms.
Right, because well, actually, I did have symptoms, but they lasted like 10 hours. Woke up the next morning, I was fine.
Did you do a COVID test?
No, I never did because I was fine.
See.
I mean, by the time it was over, I mean, it was probably out of my system. I was going to go the next day because I had a fever and body aches, but like I said, the next morning I was fine. So I was like,
Man, I wonder if it's cannabis is
oh my God, I had the
reducing
24-hour
symptoms, just like if you got the shot, you get the shot, your symptoms are reduced. You use cannabis, your symptoms are reduced, and you don't get to get the shot. Ooh. But you got the shot. Didn't you say you got a whole sleeve of
That was in the
Marks
that was in the military. That was in the military. Went through boot camp. Stick you with everything.
Ooh.
But no, I'm because of my condition and I'm on a biologic. No, I'm staying away. I'll let my immune system.
You know, and it's a touchy subject. So sorry, you guys. I'm sorry. We can't talk about who has the shot and who doesn't have the shot because it's a real touchy subject. And I think if you get the shot, that's great. If you don't get the shot, smoke weed, we'll be good. Anyway, with that, raise the group. Anyway, back to you, Vari. My hand clicker's back. Yeah.
Hey. The website features living systematic reviews of things that examine the evidence about specific cannabis-related topics, such as treatment of chronic pain and post-traumatic stress disorder, exposure during pregnancy, and cannabis use disorder. It includes a series of short, focused pieces called clinician briefs, which feature topics like cannabis for chronic pain or cannabis as a substitute for opioids in patients with chronic pain. As the site is developed, there are plans to expand it to include patient-facing material on cannabis. The VA historically has resisted various congressional legislation aimed at promoting research into marijuana for the military veteran population. Representatives have argued that the proposal from various lawmakers are excessively prescriptive, and they've noticed ongoing clinical studies that the agency is already funding. Some advocates had held out hope that the department would back modest reform proposals this season after the sponsor of one key VA research bill, Representative Lou Correra from California, so that he had a conversation with the VA Secretary McDonough.
There you go. It's McDonough. Yep.
Yo, see, I knew you was here for a reason, Camille.
Our linguist.
Right?
Our on-site linguist.
On-site English. Rolodex.
Like in December.
Yeah. So yeah, talk to him about that, about that back then. Another VA official in September said that the department is very closely following research into the potential therapeutic benefits of psychedelics like MDMA for military veterans with PTSD. During joint hearings before House and Senate Veterans Fair Committees last year, 3 veterans service organizations submitted written testimony backing a policy change to expand access to or increase research on medical cannabis, and one argued in favor of loosening restrictions to enable veterans to utilize psychedelics in their mental health treatment.
Wow.
Mushrooms.
Let's go. Let's go. All right. Separately, bipartisan congressional lawmakers said in a letter to McDonough that the department must urgently institute a policy change to ensure that military veterans can access cannabis for therapeutic use. The letter came weeks after McDonough participated in a Veterans Day Q&A where he said that VA officials are looking at the possibility of an internal policy change and have discussed it with the White House and Department of Justice. The secretary also talked about being personally moved by stories from veterans who found relief using medical marijuana, and that is because facts tell and stories sell. Back to you, Bob.
Over here, Bob. No. Anyway, so we did get started late, so we are running a little bit late today, but we do got a couple of real quick updates. And after those updates, we'll have a general conversation, and then we've got a special guest in the studio. Well, there was a special guest there. So we do have the Minnesota Marijuana Monopoly Tournament. The link is up. If you didn't get a chance to see the link, you'll see the link because we'll share it and continue to share it. But go ahead and join that link. In the next week or so, we'll pick a date and let you know how you can get involved. In addition to that, what else we got coming up, Vari? MinNormal.org has a monthly meeting that's going to be on February the 19th. at 11 a.m. It's an online event. If you want to get involved with legalization in Minnesota, make sure you do get on there and check out that event. Click join, and then you'll get more information. It's going to be on Zoom, so if you do want to join, you will be able to do that from home or your phone or wherever you're at. What else we got?
Jody? what was Jody asking?
I don't know.
I see it. There's the new message thing. So how good do you think that medical
We don't want to talk about how good the medical flower is. Actually, that brings us right into our daily conversation that I want to have today. So many of you may or may not know.
They always can hear me. You always doing that to me.
Medical cannabis in Minnesota.
It's all messed up.
There is no Minnesota medical cannabis.
There is no medical. Yeah, it's just so basically. So for a long time, I fought against the medical cannabis program. I've been yelled at and screamed at for being like, fuck medical cannabis in Minnesota. It's not, there's no equity and they're not creating opportunities. And they basically charged local Minnesota farmers thousands and thousands of dollars to apply for a license, 20,000 specifically. Money to gamble on the chance that maybe you'll be able to grow some cannabis in Minnesota. Well, they picked two people, Leafline and MidMed, which is also some weird name now. And I'm not even going to think about it. In addition to that, after they created those industries, they did not create opportunities for local farmers to grow or sell any medical cannabis to one of those two medical cannabis companies. We had an article, last week about one of the medical cannabis companies being sold to a corporation outside the state. So it's not Minnesota owned anymore. They bought a bunch of shares. I think we had Senator Melissa Franson was on talking about the medical cannabis program and how it was sold, how some crappy situations. Anyway, now the other cannabis company has been sold out of state. So now we don't even have a Minnesota owned medical cannabis program. We don't have Minnesotans growing medical cannabis in Minnesota. It's not affordable to anybody. And magically it happens right before we add flower to the medical cannabis program. Now both of our medical cannabis programs are owned by out-of-state corporations, and Minnesotans have been barred from being involved in the growing of medical cannabis in Minnesota. I think it's crappy. I know a lot of people are happy about the flower being added to medical cannabis program in Minnesota. I did see an overwhelming amount of people hoping to post their excitement about the flower, but I just can't. We didn't allow any of those posts in Minnesota marijuana. I personally think we should boycott the industry, and we should actually start reaching out to find out how we can make Minnesota medical marijuana Minnesota owned and operated by Minnesotans. That's just my thought. I think Minnesota local farmers should be able to grow, sell, and cultivate cannabis for the medical cannabis company. And if we can't do that, I think we just need to legalize it flat out and let people grow their own. Anyway, I'm going to stop rambling. I'm going to let you guys talk for a little bit.
Or scrap it. I think it just needs to be somehow we need to just scrap this whole and start over. I mean, because this medical program obviously is not working. Not enough people are getting access to the medicine. And now, like you said, for the growers, that it should be, we look at the other states that have successful medical programs, and they are open. Anybody can bring their product as long as it tests and it's safe for human consumption. It can go into the program and it can be sold into the dispensaries, where in most states, like Montana, I guess, is a really good example. What did they have? 316 dispensaries across their state, and in 2 days after it went legal, they sold $1.5 million worth of product in just 2 days. Now that's a successful medical program. That's a state is benefiting from it. The patients are benefiting from it. Yet now you compare that to ours, and it's like apples to oranges. I mean, really, hardly anyone's benefited from it except now outside state sources that are going to be raking in whatever little money that they do make from it.
And then we should throw a cherry on top of that. Not only are they doing that, they're trying to stop the local hemp growers selling hemp.
For what? For what?
Gummies and vapes and stuff. They're trying to stop the hemp farmers, but then here's the extra to it. They added the gummies on their own website. Not marijuana gummies. Well, yeah, marijuana gummies, but hemp, CBD gummies. So they're trying to stop all the local farmers from growing CBD hemp gummy. What's that?
The hemp program has been going on for how long now?
Since the farm bill went through.
18. Or 2019.
19, 20, 21.
No,
Almost
I think it
4
was like
years.
2016 or something.
This was
Almost
right
Started
after
pilot
the
program, because I remember
2014
Josh got
medical
involved in the
started.
pilot program. That's when he was Minnesota marijuana research, and then he
So,
started
They're only
419.
going to give Minnesota farmers 3, 4 years to grow our own. And then they're going to have a different company come in and say, you can only have this kind of product.
No, they didn't give us any years to grow our own.
No,
I mean,
can't
we've
grow
never
our
been
own.
able to grow our
Exactly.
own. And then the other issue is the equity in the program. There are no people of color growing for the medical cannabis program. There was a study that I got from Maren Joy Schroeder from Sensible, Minnesota, maybe 2 or 3 years ago, that showed that people of color just aren't in the program. They're about 1% of the total number of medical cannabis patients in Minnesota. Why that is, I have no idea. But there's so many issues with the Minnesota medical cannabis program. And even though, right, I do want to give a shout out to Maren Joy Schroeder for all of the work that she's been doing to try to make the program better. I was honored to help out any way we could to try to add different additions to the medical cannabis program. But it's like just putting a Band-Aid on a flat tire. You know, it's, I mean, it's not going to stop what's happening right here, man. And it's obviously corporate. They've taken over our whole medical cannabis program. There's no room for us to grow. There's no room for new growers or farmers. I know they are working on some legislation saying that they want to make it so they open it up so more local farmers can get involved. But what is that really going to help? You know, we got a couple extra farmers that can sell their cannabis to the Minnesota marijuana duopolies. Only.
What's next? I mean, people coming in from out of state and running the dispensaries, the few that we have.
Yep, bring in their own people. And the idea is that we're supposed to create jobs and opportunities.
Here.
How are we creating jobs and opportunities for local Minnesotans if we're selling our businesses to out-of-state corporations? Like, they're like, oh, there's a loophole. If we buy up a majority of the shares, but still leave some of the shares in their name, then we technically don't own it, but we own it all. Come on, man. It's a scam, man. You guys, you know, they're exploiting the loopholes and they're taking over our industry. And what's even worse is when we did get medical cannabis in 2014, clicking stuff. Oh, dang, sorry.
Dang. But I do feel like it's
drop the bomb. There we go. Look at, but yeah. But when we did get medical cannabis in Minnesota, I noticed that people kind of started letting off on the legalization efforts. They're like, "Oh, we got medical cannabis. That's good. It's something. It's going to help people." And then the more stuff that we added to the program, people backed off more on legalization and just focused on making the program better. But ultimately, the only solution is to end marijuana prohibition in Minnesota and federally. You know, and it's, you know, I hope this is an eye opener for local Minnesotans. I don't care what group or organization you work with or what organization you represent. If you're going to get out there, man, get out there, tell the people the truth. And there's another thing I want to talk about. I was going to post this in Minnesota marijuana. After this, I promise I'm going to stop rambling. 2018, I ran for office for state auditor. I ran because we needed to maintain party status and nobody else wanted to run. After I decided I run, we got a bunch of people that are like, hey, I'll run too. We historically got almost 15,000 votes to get 7 candidates on the ballot. We ended up accidentally, not intentionally, but accidentally getting major party status. The purpose of those political parties were to make the major political parties see that the issue is important enough that people will give away their vote to legalize marijuana, right? I think we've made our point now. I would not vote for a legal marijuana now or a grassroots legalized cannabis candidate in this election. Do not. This is not the year for a protest vote. This is a year to elect the legislators that are going to change the laws for us. If we don't elect the right legislators, it's not going to happen. We're just going to keep playing, you know, cat and mouse. It's not the year for a protest vote. Legal marijuana now, grassroots legalized cannabis are both protest votes. And unless we had an extreme amount of money and organization, we can't even get a candidate elected. You know, we'll just be siphoning votes from one side or the other.
Right.
Who can say if they're Republican? Who can say if they're Democrat? You know, there's Democrats that smoke, there's Republicans that smoke, there's independents that smoke.
And there's
but
Republicans
we need
that
to elect the right legislators this year. So do some research, find out where these legislators stand, and vote for a legislator that's actually going to win, not that's just going to siphon votes, so we can get these laws changed in Minnesota. Okay, I'm done rambling. With that being said, back to you, Dave, with the weather. I'm sorry, no weather. Discussion, open discussion. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm hot this morning, man. I'm hot this morning.
Need to go to the gym.
Yeah.
So anyway,
I just want to add to that. People don't just vote for people who say they're for the weed, like for cannabis legalization. Do your research, because a lot of people just blow smoke and say, yes, I would like weed to be legal, because they want your fucking vote, yo. That's all they want.
We learned that in 2020. Like, I'm not going to say any specific party or any specific.
Well, that's the problem with our
candidates.
Our state and the elections is because we're voting on this for the person. Well, we could be voting on it as a petition, right?
But
like that's why we can't do that. So it's about the person. So it shouldn't even be that sort of issue. Period.
Yeah. Well, we seen in 2020 that there were a bunch of candidates that ran just because they wanted to affect the race in certain districts. They ran candidates and
they caused us some of our supporters in certain races. I mean, even one down in my district, state representative Jim Hagedorn won his race by 2,000 votes, and the marijuana party member that came in there, who no one knew about and couldn't even identify, siphoned like 3,000 votes. So if he wouldn't have been there, Feenan would have won, and he supported legalization where Hagedorn did not. So that's one race that they figured this was a Republican coming in and misrepresenting the people, saying that
multiple times. Actually, the Republicans recruited my brother-in-law, Kevin Shores.
Exactly. I read that. I read that article.
If you guys aren't familiar, that's Alicia's older brother. Kevin. And that was a big.
Yes.
Anyway, do some research. This isn't the year for a protest vote. This is the year to legalize marijuana. You guys see what they're doing to our state, what they're doing to our medical cannabis program, what they're doing to patients and veterans. They're taking advantage of us. They're taking money. They're not paying any taxes. We haven't made any tax money off of the medical cannabis programs. You know what I'm saying? It's just, we need
no roads are being fixed. No schools are being funded. No
schools are being funded.
Patients are being taken off of opiates.
We haven't fixed a single pothole, pot taxes. I'm saying there's a lot of stuff we need to do, but we won't ramble all day because we got a couple other things we got to do because we are running late. So Dave, we got some weather from Dave, and then we got a quick update from Mike. Oh,
he's still there.
Alienware, but we'll get back to. Is that Alienware? No, that's OBS.
OBS.
Yes. There we go.
So, as usual, your weather's brought to you by windy.com. If you need to know what's going on outside, just click on windy.com. So if you want to hit the temperature, we'll show you what's going on here. Yes, it is the story of the day is the cold. I mean, I even posted a question on Facebook, see how if I could get some temperatures around the area, and up north it's 23 below this morning. I get another response, too damn cold. It's even 6 below in Littleton, Colorado. So it's cold. This is some of the coldest temperatures we've hit for a while. The wind chill, we've been in a wind chill advisory pretty much since last night. It's supposed to end at around noon. We had temperatures this morning in some places that were hitting 50 below with the wind chill, and that's just goddamn cold. But the good news is it's going to warm up. Once this passes, we got another day or so of some colder temperatures. Friday morning, tomorrow morning, it's still going to be pretty cold, but it's going to be warmer than today. It's probably going to feel warmer, even though it's still -4, -5, whatever. But Saturday morning, it's going to start feeling a little warmer. And then by Saturday afternoon, 4 p.m., if you look down in Sioux Falls, they're damn near hitting 50. And that warmer air is coming. And we will be starting to level off a little bit. We don't have any major systems coming through that I've noticed for any snow. There is a possible one coming later around the 11th that looks like it could be a mixed bag. There could be some rain, there could be some snow, there could be some ice. I mean, it's too far out right now to get really good numbers because the models aren't even, they're not jiving at all. One says it's going to be a Minnesota event, and the European model says it's going to be a southern Minnesota event. But It's going to warm up. That's the main thing. So just hold on a little bit longer. If we check what the forecast is around, let's see here. If I can get on St. Paul, maybe it'd be easier for you to click on St. Paul. So we can get a little forecast here quick. So as you can see, 13 below at 9 o'clock this morning. I think it's gonna be a little warmer than that. But you can see the drastic change in just 1 hour from 3 hours, 9 to 12. It goes 13 below to -2. So it's gonna start warming up. And as you can see, a couple of nice sunny days here. Actually, tomorrow is gonna be mostly cloudy. But we'll see peaks of the sun. Saturday is about the same, a little better. Saturday, the wind's going to pick up a little bit, and that's going to come out of the south. That's where the switch happens, and that warmer air starts coming up, and we start hitting some more comfortable temperatures, some more almost spring-like temperatures. So we may dip back down a little bit, but it's going to recover quick. And then we're going to be hanging in that 20 to 30 range. And like I said, as we get further down into the week, around the 10th and 11th, we could be looking at some 30 plus temperatures, maybe even 40 in southern Minnesota. 41. There's a 41 for 3 p.m. on Tuesday, the 8th. There's a couple 40s in there, another 40 on the 11th on Friday, and then you say that overnight, Friday night, possibly rain. That's gonna be 33. So, yeah, it's gonna be cold, but it's gonna get better. So just hang on a little bit longer. It's Minnesota. What do you expect? So, with that, back to you, Michael, and our guest.
Back to me, Michael Wilson. You still there?
Hello.
Let me
Michael?
peek in.
Hello.
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 He is not in the Zoom anymore.
Oh. Well, maybe we'll have him for Friday. We lost Leisha, the producer, too. Hopefully we'll come back. Fire. We got a couple comments on there. We can scroll through them real quick. Daniel Casserly, good morning.
Leisha's in the Zoom. Her internet's not working right now for
Okay.
her Oculus, though.
Okay.
Where are the young people? They're stuck to their screens.
Good
yo.
morning, Sina. Thank you for joining us from YouTube.
Up,
Von
Sina.
Mary, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Morning, Facebook and YouTube and Twitterverse. And
Facebook user.
Got my Canna-Joe cup of coffee.
Yeesh. Well, dope day show, whatever today, you guys. Thank you guys for letting me vent.
Show.
Usually Vari has to take the brunt of this therapeutic section, but today I wanted to do therapy in a group.
group
So thank
therapy
you guys
settings
for
are always
group
great.
therapy. The Minnesota Medical Marijuana Program is definitely a thorn in the side.
We need to start
Yes.
calling it the Minnesota Medical Program.
The Minnesota?
Minnesota with the air quotes.
The air quotes.
Oh, with the air quotes.
Because it's no
Oh,
longer Minnesotan. Like,
Of the
No.
Minnesota.
where are the who? Is it the Chicago? One's in Chicago. So the Chicago Medical, the Minnesota Chicago Medical Marijuana.
call it the Illinois.
The National Medical Program in Minnesota,
There you go.
or the corporate medical.
The National Medical Marijuana
Corporate
Program.
medical sounds cool.
Yeah. Anyway, Var, you got some words of wisdom?
You know I do. So my words of wisdom
Hit us
today.
with it. Oh,
Oh, he said meditate.
Oh,
That's
what-
the word
what
of
happened to
wisdom
my?
today.
What happened to my?
your hands are still there.
Um,
Don't worry.
Okay, cool.
Oh.
Cool. There we go.
Oh, the Wi-Fi caught you.
The producer.
The producer.
Oh,
Made
you
it
have to
back
go to
just
your
in time.
car again.
Oh, you're just in time for Friday.
And you made it in time for some words of wisdom.
Right, what you got, Var? Drop them bars, man.
All right, so this one goes deep. Old ways won't open new doors. Period.
Period.
Ooh.
One day or day one. With that, we'll see you guys on Friday tomorrow. Make sure you tune in if you want to get into the metaverse with us. We're going to be in the live studio tomorrow.
Yep.
Live studio tomorrow, right? Every Friday, we'll be in our live studio with the
That's me
microphones that don't stick
inside.
in the microphone holders. Maybe I'll go on there and fix the microphone holders tonight so we can actually pick them up and put them down. And yeah, it's a lot. But with that, we'll see you guys tomorrow. In Horizon Worlds.
Pick you later.
I'm just a man on his way to the moon, wishing the rocket would go faster. All the stars remind me of you, yeah they do. I'm on my way to you. I'm just a man on his way to the moon, wishing the rocket would go faster. All the stars remind me of you, yeah they do. I'm on my way to you.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's talking about, man.
Rambles. I don't know what he